It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Seattle Seahawks and the Detroit Lions on Thursday night.
Come on, baby.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to downtown Detroit and Ford Field, the home of the Lions. Good to be in the booth with my partner Greg Olson. I'm Mike Tirico. Welcome, and Greg, this is one of those that's worthy of prime time because wide receivers love the spotlight as much as any position group in the league, and we got two guys who shine under the lights here tonight.
And I think where it's going to be really fun and get interesting to watch, Mike, is in those critical situations. The game's on the line, third down, red zone, gotta have it moments. There is no mystery. Both these sidelines, they know exactly where the ball's going, and they're just going to say, I dare you to stop them. These are two prime, elite wide receivers in the National Football League. Night game, prime time, they're looking to put on a show.
The veteran Jason Myers will get this one started. And off we go from Ford Field. He fields it at the 8. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. So that Detroit offense taking the field for the first time. Number 1 overall pick in 2016 leads him out, Greg. It's quarterback Jared Goff.
I don't know about you, Mike, but my biggest takeaway from our meeting with him was just how important it is that they get off to a fast start. He made it very clear. They wanted to put their opponent on their heels right from the jump. So I think early in this game, they're going to come out swinging right from their opening whistle.
Down the field, he's got St. Brown. 19 yards right away to kick off this drive.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as, my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9, just a yard short of that first down. Patrick motioning here. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. That pass caught by Amon-Ra. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
To throw is Goff. Right back to St. Brown. They connect again. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Throwing here is Goff. A throw complete to Tim Patrick. And he's going to be taken down.
I mean, what a start to this game throwing the ball. I mean, I don't think the ball's hit the ground yet, Mike. I mean, he's 4 for 4. And now he's got his offense set up here early with 1st and goal.
This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's 1st and goal. Now, Goff. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
So instead of celebrating a touchdown, he's just heading back to his huddle trying to keep his head up as everyone kind of looks at him sideways. If that ball hits your hands at this level, you've just got to make the catch. That's what your quarterback's counting on. That's what your teammates are counting on. Frankly, that's what this entire stadium is counting on.
Williams in motion. Goff gives it to Gibbs. And the defense stiffening here. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. 3rd and goal coming up.
Well, after the failures of the first and second down, you got to look now at your third down call sheet. Every play caller has a section, must-have-it plays, critical downs. I say this one falls in that category, and we'll see what they have up their sleeve.
From the gun, on third down, it's Goff. He's got his big tight end, Sam Laporta. Touchdown, Lions. And they get the first points of the game. What a way to start it, Greg. You get the ball. It's what you want to do. Settle into this game on top 6-0.
Mike, how often do we have coaches tell us the importance of playing with the lead? Well, they come take the ball right away on the first drive, all the way down there and strike first. And now the rest of the way, let's see how it plays out.
Now Jake Bates on for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Lions will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here comes the Seattle offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by the number 3 overall pick back in the 2018 draft. Out of USC, it's Sam Darnold.
And this is the opportunity Sam Darnold's been working for. I mean, to resurrect his career after some struggles early on in New York. He's had a bit of a mixed bag, but there is no mistaking the physical talent, the arm strength, the ability to play quarterback at a high level. He has it all. There's a reason he was drafted where he was, Mike, and I think Minnesota has themselves a sleeper here at the quarterback position. It's just so impressive to see how good these guys are, especially the veterans, Mike. They've been out there a long time, a lot of experience. They know exactly where they are on the sideline, not only to secure this catch, but to be able to toe tap and drag that second foot. That's a big-time play by a big-time receiver.
A pickup of 12 yards. First down, Seattle.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
It'll be Smith and Jigba bringing it in. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
So not quite first and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. They'll run the toss with Walker. They'll come up with nothing there. Fortunate just to get back to the line. And that'll set up 2nd and goal.
The offense is trying to test the edges of the perimeter of this defense, Mike, but the defense is just too quick to the ball. Total team defense, pursuit, 11 hats to the ball carrier. It's exactly what we saw here. Keep that game to nothing.
And he finds a seam and takes it down to the 3. They'll empty out the backfield, line up for 3rd and 3. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. And he's going nowhere on this one. Met and dropped behind the line. And now it is 4th and goal.
The reason teams love calling the quarterback's number on design quarterback runs, Mike, is because in the blocking scheme, you gain one additional blocker. It didn't matter here. The defense was ready for it, and they're able to bring the quarterback down for a loss.
Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks are on the board. It's 7-3.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
So Myers back out there at the field goal a moment ago. Now set to kick this one away. Reynolds now on the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The home team's offense ready to see the football for the second time. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. That'll be caught. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
We talk so much about starting fast and then trying to sustain that throughout the course of the game. That's exactly what they're doing here. They've got the early lead, but they're not content to just sit on the ball. They're looking to extend it. Nice start here to this drive. Once they cross midfield, then it goes into go mode. You're trying to come away with points every single time you have the ball. It's a good way to start this game here in the first quarter.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. A 2nd down throw for Goff. Quick throw, taken in. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down. Goff to throw. He's got Laporta open on the left side.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 6. Here's Goff. He'll go right back to Laporta. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
They'll bring St. Brown in motion. On 1st down, it's Goff. Inside the 10, it is caught. And he will get into the end zone. Tim Patrick, touchdown Detroit.
Really nice job there by the receiver, understanding what to do after you secure the catch and the ability to target him in the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. If you can hit them in stride and be accurate with the ball, there is a lot of green grass to pick up yards after the catch, and he's able to take this one all the way into the end zone for 6.
Here's Bates for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Lions extend their advantage to 14-3. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here's Steven Sims to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. The tight end Fant in motion. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. One quarter in the books here on a Thursday night. It's the Lions who have the early lead. And we are back to the Motor City in a moment. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. He'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And he'll pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down. We'll try and run it with Walker. That's going to be pretty close. Looks like he's got it, and he does. 1st down.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
On 1st and 10, here comes Walker. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. He'll take a shot. Downfield, looking for Kupp. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Defensively, you put so much effort about defending the middle of the field. You know that's the valuable real estate every offense is looking to attack. But what does that do, Mike? It makes you a little susceptible to the throws outside the numbers, and it leads to a chunk play.
The run up the middle, it's Walker. And he'll get this forward only to about the 32-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 9. Valdez-Scantling on the move. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Throwing on 3rd down is Darnold. Connects with Kupp on the slant. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. And now they got a 4th down decision to make.
That's taken in.
I don't think the back was the primary target on this play, but just a great job by the quarterback understanding it's 4th down. I've got to get this ball out of my hand and give our offense a chance at converting, and it's exactly what he's able to do by getting it to his back and letting him pick up the rest.
Darnold to the air once more. Over the middle, Smith and Jigba with the grab. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that.
Cooper Kupp was the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Back in the day, Mike, you know how they decided who played offense and who played defense? The guys who caught the ball better played offense, and the guys who couldn't play defense. And now, that's obviously not the case anymore. But this is one of those that still gives defensive players a bad rap.
He pulls it in around the 5. And he's going to have the first down. They convert on third, and it sets up a 1st and goal.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and third down conversions. Now after that last third down pickup, it's 1st and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
Now they'll run option left to the short side of the field. And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up 2nd and goal. Second and goal. One more time with Walker. Powering forward. He's in. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Seattle.
Now remember back, Mike, their first drive, they had to settle for 3. So they definitely didn't want to have to do that again. So really solid drive from start to end, and they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
Jason Myers on to attempt the extra point. He's got it. And the Seahawks are back within 4. It is 14-10. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Goff. This one caught by Patrick. And he's going to be taken down at the 37.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. To throw is Goff. That's a short one caught by Laporta. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Now Goff. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
On the ground, this is Gibbs. And that one is closed down in the backfield. What a defensive play. Knifing in, dropping him for the loss. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. Greg and I back from Ford Field in Detroit in a moment. 3rd and 9. Goff to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
So, on 4th down, the Lions send out Jack Fox to punt. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker ready to take over once more. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. Connecting with the tight end. That's Fant. 18 yards. What a great way to start the drive. It's a 1st down.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode, and that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. To throw is Darnold. This one complete to his tight end, Fant.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
3rd and short yardage, and here's Darnold. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Lions offense back onto the field for their next possession. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. That's over the middle, taken in by Laporta. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On 2nd down, Goff. Open man, it's Jameson Williams. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Patrick motioning here. Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. Pass complete. It is St. Brown. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
On 1st and 10, here's Goff. Right side, it's Laporta, the tight end. Here's the third and final timeout for the Lions. Out comes Jake Bates to try a field goal here. Spotted at the 45. This is a 55-yard attempt. Bates' kick is good. And the Lions can tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
All right, Mike, we'll take it from there as we welcome everyone into our EA Sports Studios and our halftime report. The Lions got a very strong performance out of their quarterback, Jared Goff. He came out of the gate smoking hot with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes to help steer his guys towards this halftime lead.
Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up. This one taken at the 7. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Seahawks offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. Find themselves trailing 17-10 now as they come up with first down and 10. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. This one into the hands of Smith and Jigba. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch. And it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
They'll come up here, first and 10. Get that one to Charbonnet, complete. Give them 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win. And that's exactly what he did here.
Oh, in trouble. Down he goes. It's Aiden Hutchinson, former number 2 overall pick, in there to bring him down.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Now Darnold. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
On third and long, here's Darnold. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. So Jared Goff and the Lions offense getting set for this next drive. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Second down and 8. Throwing, Goff. That's caught by Gibbs. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big one.
A gain there of 11. Good for a Lions first down.
This is what they call an angle route, and what's so hard for these linebackers is it looks like the running back is just trying to beat you to the flat. And then once you overcommit, he puts his foot down and crosses your face, and he's wide open in the middle of the field.
So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. Patrick motioning here. To get this complete, it's Williams over the middle. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
Great pre-snap identification by the quarterback, realizing that the blitz was coming and exactly where the soft spot in the defense would be. He's able to put that slant route right on the front shoulder pad of his receiver, leads to a real nice run after catch, and brings up 1st down.
Goff to throw on 1st down. He's got Laporta open on the left side. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Patrick motioning here. A 2nd down throw for Goff. And unable to connect there. It's incomplete.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the 2nd half, and that's only his 2nd incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
Look at this. They go with their tight end on 3rd down. Using that big frame to try to get the yard, but I don't think he got it. Held up at the line of scrimmage. There's no gain. Now it's going to be 4th down. Out comes Jake Bates to try a field goal here. This officially a 58-yard attempt. And he pushed it. No good. That is wide to the right. And this is going to remain a 1-possession game.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. Once again, it's Walker. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
1st and 10 now from the 36. Here's Walker. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Second and 7. Off the bootleg. Here's Darnold. Smith and Jigba left side. He's got it. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move.
Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
The quarterback just has no chance to escape when the offensive line gets beat that fast. When the defensive line can get in the backfield before the quarterback even hits his back foot of his drop, he's got no choice but to just eat the sack and live to play another play.
The Seahawks sending out their punt team. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Goff. That pass caught by Amon-Ra. Throwing on 2nd down, Goff. He'll get that into the hands of Williams. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Now a 3rd and 2. They're going to try to run here with Gibbs. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down. They needed 2 and gained 6. So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll have more Thursday Night Football after this. From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. A run here with Gibbs. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Working free downfield. It is Williams. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20.
And this offense is now really on the move, Mike, and it's the passing game that's leading the way. They've been able to march their way downfield thanks to this aerial attack, so don't expect them to go to the ground game anytime soon. If I'm this play caller, I'm continuing to lead on this, not only in this drive, but probably for the rest of this game.
They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On 1st down, it's Goff. This one caught by Patrick. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. On the handoff, this is Gibbs. And he'll be near the 1st down marker. Let's call it a gain of 3, but a short yardage situation coming up on 3rd down. Goff to throw. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Lions. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Bates now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Lions move out to a 24-10 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, here's Sims. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. Open man, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he's taken down up past the 35.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark. Just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
On 1st and 10, here's Darnold. This one complete to his tight end, Fant. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
Off the play fake, here's Darnold. He'll get this complete to Walker. Here's 2nd and 6. To throw again is Darnold. Connecting with the tight end. That's Fant. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
I just love the feel this tight end has, Mike, for the defense when they play zone coverage. Certain guys, they want to run routes like they're lines on a piece of paper, and they end up going from uncovered space to covered space, but not the case here. He knew he was open. He knew he was in the right spot. He stayed open. The quarterback delivered a good ball. Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part, so once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Straight ahead, it's Walker. And he's going to pick up the first down. He'll get down to the 15-yard line. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. Over the middle, it's Cup. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It's been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
Here's a design run, and he'll go down back at the 4-yard line.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense, just unable to get anything going on the ground, and a big reason they find themselves trailing and another loss of yards.
2 plays at their disposal, but they'd love to get it right here on 3rd and goal. He puts it up, and it's caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Touchdown, Seahawks. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Myers now to add the PAT. The kick is good. And the Seahawks back within 7. It's 24-17. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. Reynolds now on the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Williams in motion. Quick throw here is complete. They face 2nd down and 7. Slot man in motion left. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. He makes one man miss, but stopped quickly as they hold him to a gain of 1. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? They'll drop to throw, and that is incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Seahawks offense ready to get back at it. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This is just everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it. A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. And that's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that 1st down. Darnold. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught. Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another 1st down.
And now after that big completion, Mike, they can't panic yet. They're not into the mode where they're in desperation. They have 2 timeouts in their back pocket. Take a deep breath. Get your best 1st down play call to your quarterback. A field goal's not going to do it. They got to think touchdown all the way.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump. And they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
Darnold to the air once more. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
So now after that last incompletion, this brings up a critical 3rd down. But remember, Mike, they don't have to get it all here in one play. They've got 3rd and 4th down. There's no punt. There's no kick. They've got to treat this like it's their final possession of the game, and they've got 2 downs to extend this drive.
He'll try to run for it. Timeout Seahawks. That is their 2nd. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that 1st down. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. And that time, the pressure, too much. He'll go down.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
He finds Cup along the out route.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
The crowd cranking it up another notch before 3rd and long. Here's Darnold. To the left side and pulled in. Valdez-Scantling. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line. Here is 1st and goal. To throw is Darnold. And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
Another one from the 5. 2nd down and goal. Pistol snap back to Darnold. And it's a touchdown. They have gotten to within 1, and a 2-point conversion can give them the lead here in the final minute. Initially looking to throw it for the touchdown, couldn't find anything, so Greggy takes care of business himself, using his legs for the touchdown.
Well, it was clear early on, Mike, that this defense was expecting the pass, and after matching all the receivers in the end zone, this quarterback realized quickly it was his legs that he was going to need to rely on to get the ball across the goal line.
So now the extra point to, in all likelihood, send us to overtime. The extra point is good. A big one as we are tied late in this football game. So, not much time remaining to get something started. All tied here, late 4th as the kickoff comes. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now, headed back onto the field. We're all even, 4th quarter, so every drive so important at this stage. And they'll start with 1st and 10. Gibbs. He'll be brought down after a short pickup to about the 29. Four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. Reynolds now on the return. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Lions offense ready for this next possession. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. On play action, Goff. That one knocked away and incomplete. Devin Witherspoon with the tight coverage as he knocks it away.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
A 2nd down throw for Goff. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Goff gives it to Gibbs. Whoa! And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
I'll tell you what, Mike, this is a guy that you do not want to have to tackle in space. I mean, the footwork, the agility, the ability to go side to side and then still have the burst and explosiveness to pick up big yards. I mean, this guy is a handful.
Goff to throw on first down. Quick throw, taken in. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. A run up the middle, it's Gibbs. And he's able to sidestep his way forward and pick up 4. Here's 3rd and 2. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. He's got his tight end. That's Laporta. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a first down.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, that on third down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. From the gun, it's Goff. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
He pulls it in around the 5. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Second and a yard. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. They'll go play action with the... Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes. That is DeMarcus Lawrence in there for the sack.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive, and what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now.
A couple of third down conversions already on this drive. This one tougher. This is 3rd and 10. To throw is Goff. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
Seemed to me, Mike, before that ball was even snapped, the quarterback had already made up his mind. I'm throwing the ball to the tight end no matter what the look is, and he's counting on the big body picking up the rest after the catch, and even though he's able to secure the ball, Nice job by the defense keeping them short of the sticks.
This kick is good. He knocks it through. And they get the upper hand as they take the lead to start overtime. So, the opening drive of overtime yields 3. Can the opponents respond? They receive the kickoff now. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Seahawks offense ready to get back at it. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Well, here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a 3rd and very reasonable. Incomplete on that 3rd down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
Smith in Jigba, the man in motion. Throwing, Darnold. He's got the connection there to Valdez-Scantling. 13 yards and a big exhale as they convert on 4th down.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
He just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Over the middle, Smith and Jigba with the grab. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. Third and a yard. Darnold to throw again. Got it with Smith and Jigba. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. That is Marcus Davenport in there for the sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Darnold now to throw. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
3rd and long. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. This one complete to his tight end, Fant. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the first down.
They pick up a nice chunk play there through the air on third down, but it's not quite enough to move the chains. Now the question is, how aggressive is this head coach willing to be as he tries to extend this drive?
Pressure's on. Here's the veteran, Jason Myers. This to extend the overtime. The kick is good. Under pressure, he delivers. And we continue on. Now it's next score wins here in overtime. So the field goal ties things up, and we're back at it as this kicks away. Reynolds now on the return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Lions offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Now Goff. There's that man again. Another catch. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick first down.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's Goff. He'll send it downfield for Laporta. And he's out of bounds, but they take it to the red zone inside the 20. A huge play there in overtime to gain of 43 yards.
Anytime you have a big completion like that, Mike, all of the focus tends to fall on the quarterback and the receiver, and rightfully so. But when you have the pass protection that allows you to attack downfield, your quarterback is so much more comfortable in the pocket. That's total team offense on display right there with that big pickup.
Timeout Seahawks. That is their second. So a big one looming for Jake Bates. This one to win it in overtime. This kick is good. He got it. It took overtime, but they will walk off the field with the victory. So it's a win here for the Lions. This was a close-fought game. They were able to get themselves into field goal range here at OT. The final kick sailed through the uprights to finally close out this victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from downtown Detroit.